Hello YouTube, got another Prager U video. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I'm back. Let's begin.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. These poetic lines, engraved on a bronze plaque beneath the Statue of Liberty, speak to who we are, a nation of immigrants. Until now. As Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer lamented, tears are running down the cheeks of the Statue of Liberty. We've turned our backs on those huddled masses, closed our borders, separated families, hardened our hearts. Or so you would think if you only read the headlines or watch TV news.
It's not that we read the headlines only. This is what Trump has done. He's instituted the Muslim ban. He has separated, or rather forcibly, taken children from the arms of their mothers at the border. And he's done, amongst that, he's done a lot of other horrendous things. It's not headlines, it's true, it's fact. Look at his Twitter account. It's all there.
Just one problem. It's not true. The United States still maintains the most generous immigration policies in the world. Generous to a fault, because the overwhelming numbers have stymied our ability to assimilate the huddled masses. 50 million residents of America are foreign-born.
The United States does not have the most generous immigration policy. That's a popular right-wing talking point. We do give a lot of immigrants permanent residency status, but she's only factoring in population. So per population, yes, in her words, we are the most generous nation on the planet relative to immigration. But that's mainly due to the fact that we have like the third highest population on the fucking planet. There are 327 million people that live in America. So yes, it would make sense that we'd give over 1 million people permanent residency status. However, if you look at it as a percentage of population, the United States ranks somewhere like 12th. The most generous would be Luxembourg.
In fact, today the United States has more immigrants as a percentage of its total population than at any time since 1890. That's why, to give one illustration, 176 different languages are spoken among students in the New York City school system.
I wonder if Michelle Malkin would be upset when, if you go back like 100 years, when the New York City school system was full of Italian, Polish, and Irish immigrants who spoke their own, obviously, like their own respective languages. I wonder if she'd also take issue with that.
How did we get here? For starters, America grants permanent residence to 1 million people every single year. And that's just the tip of the iceberg because of something you've probably heard referred to as chain migration. Chain migration allows immigrants to sponsor not only their immediate family, parents, spouses, and children under age 21, but much of their extended family once they gain citizenship. Unmarried adult children and any children they might have. Married adult children and their children. And brothers and sisters and their children.
That's just an oversimplification. The way chain migration, or so-called chain migration, works is the technical term is family reunification. An immigrant can bring their immediate relatives to the United States. However, there's a caveat in the law that she's purposefully overlooking. The caveat of the law says it right here, according to the WAPO, Washington Post. It says here that even these categories are strictly prohibited. Only parents, spouses, and young children of U.S. citizens can enter without a numerical limit. The law places caps on adult children and siblings of U.S. citizens, as well as spouses and all children of legal residents. The law also prevents any single country from using more than 7% of the quota in a given category. In combination, these restrictions will result in significant wait times for certain nationalities, Mexicans and Filipino siblings, and adult U.S. children, citizens, for example, typically wait more than 2 decades to immigrate to America. So the way she just described it is that this whole chain migration thing works is somebody just kind of comes in, holds the door open, and hey, the whole village, come on in. I mean, she's just oversimplifying it, and this is a very cumbersome, inefficient process.
Princeton University researchers, using the most recently available data, found that immigrants sponsored an average of 3.45 additional relatives each. So the 1 million immigrants granted permanent residence each year potentially adds, over time, another 3.5 million.
I'm curious as to how did what's her name? The first lady, the current first lady, Melania Trump's parents. I wonder how they came to the United States, because it was only recently that her parents became U.S. citizens. So the policy that Michelle Malkin is against, she's essentially also against the way her Lord and Savior, Donald Trump's wife's in-laws, came to the United States. So inadvertently, she's advocating for a system that wouldn't even allow Melania Trump's parents into the country. It's fucking incredible. And on another take, I wonder how Michelle Malkin, or her parents, or her family, came to the United States. That would be an interesting any research assignment.
In addition, an estimated 100,000 refugees and asylum seekers, people who claim to be fleeing political or personal strife abroad, enter the country annually. From 2008 to 2017, the U.S. gave green cards to well over 1 million people for humanitarian reasons, allowing them to live and work here permanently. After 5 years, they can apply for full citizenship. We're not done yet.
And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with giving people who are fleeing totalitarian regimes, people who are fleeing war, people who are fleeing religious persecution, people who are fleeing economic disasters, ecological disasters, desperate people, refuge in this nation? What is wrong with that? I mean, these people have gone beyond. I mean, you cannot call Michelle Malkin and the people that think like her and the people that fund her humans, because they are anti-human. That is what they are. The United States, since its inception, actually, has always taken in refugees, has always given a home to those who are fleeing religious persecution, who are fleeing conflicts, who are fleeing whatever, and it's never been a problem. Oh, until those damn Muslims started coming in, right?
In that same time frame, nearly 500,000 more people came to America through the Diversity Visa Lottery, a program designed to admit more people from underrepresented countries into the U.S. Diversity visa applicants don't need a high school education, job skills, or pretty much anything. And thanks again to chain migration, spouses and unmarried children under 21 of visa lottery winners also get to come to America. This nonstop flow of new legal immigrants, based on family ties instead of skills, abilities, and allegiance to American values, has of course been supplemented by millions who enter the country illegally and stay illegally. Dominant media outlets use the euphemism.
The conservatives are so obsessed about illegal immigration, when, according to U.S. law, the illegal immigration that they are obsessed about, it's only a fine, actually. It's a civil offense. And it says right here, any alien who is apprehended while entering or attempting to enter the United States at a time or place other than designated by an immigration officer shall be subject to a civil penalty of at least $50, not more than $250 for each entry. So they are obsessing over an issue that the federal government of the United States does not consider an issue. Wow. I'm done with this. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks.